Hello and welcome to the first module of General IT Skills. Before we begin the General IT Skills, we must understand what are the different applications that are used in a work environment. So, in order to familiarize you with some of the applications, perhaps most of the applications you're familiar with, but there may be others which you are not too much. So, let us see how we can classify these applications and also what are the different types of applications that we can come across in a work environment. Now, before we begin, I want to show you a concept called appropriate usage. Here there is a cake which can be cut by both a knife as well as a chainsaw. But you know that the most appropriate tool to cut this cake would be a knife, of course. The second situation you can see here is that there is a log which is quite hard and it can be cut by a knife, yes, but the most appropriate tool to cut this log would be a chainsaw because it is most effective way of cutting this log. Now, why am I saying or showing you this log and chainsaw, etc.? Is that when it comes to applications, computer applications, each one is designed to serve a particular purpose and it has its own customizations to make the work in an optimum and effective, efficient manner. Now, most often, I think we are all familiar with Microsoft Word, which is often used for making letters or drafting letters, for drafting reports, for spell checking, for correcting the grammar, etc. But most often, many people use it for compiling data, that is raw data which should have been used in an Excel, or some people also use it for designing brochures, etc. The fact is that Microsoft Word is can do all these stuff, but it is not optimally designed to do these type of work. So let us see what are the different applications and how they are broadly classified. So office applications can be broadly categorized into four different types or four different ones. The first one is, of course, the word processing applications, which we are most familiar with. A typical example is the Microsoft Word, but there are other word processing applications as well. The second one is are the presentation programs. Presentation programs are nothing but programs which help you to present a particular set of information in front of a large gathering. A typical example is the Microsoft PowerPoint. The third one is a spreadsheet application which is used for processing data. And as you know that most often it is used in the user to analyze data, to extract data from a bigger data set, etc. So it is much more efficient in particular functionalities which cannot be offered in a word processing application like Microsoft Word. And the fourth and the last one are the email applications, I think, which needs no further introduction to you because email applications are very familiar to you. And typical examples are the Outlook, Gmail, etc. Now let us see what are the alternatives to MS Office. As you can see that MS Office is actually a proprietary software, and you need to actually pay for it to install it into your native system, that is your computer system. But there are certain other alternatives which can be used and which could be much more effective than or as effective as the MS Office itself. The first one is the WPS Office. The WPS Office is application that was designed, or it was made by a company called Kinsoft, and it has all the applications which are offered by Microsoft, such as word processing, PowerPoint presentation applications, and spreadsheets. The structure and the layout of all these applications are so similar to Microsoft that a user who is familiar with Microsoft would find it very easy to use the WPS Office as well. And the fact is that it is a bit more cheaper than that of Microsoft MS Office applications. Now, if you are not very keen on spending money, then LibreOffice would be the most appropriate application, which includes all the three major types of word processing, spreadsheet, and presentation applications, and another data management applications as well. It works on the Linux environment, so it can be installed on any of the systems as well, and can be used free of cost. In addition, there are other applications which are much more or bit more specialized and can go beyond Office applications, and some of those applications are offered by the Adobe. Now, fact is that Adobe is a company which has customized, or which has come up with applications which cater to the requirements of more professional environment, or which cater to the more niche environments, such as the Photoshop, the PageMaker, and similarly there are Office applications as there are also applications which are running on the mobile devices as well. Now, if you see the entire environment of this applications are slowly moving towards mobile devices and also towards cloud-based applications. The reason is that cloud-based application moving towards cloud-based application is that because most of these applications can be run through the cloud, and as a result your device need not install each and every component of those applications. The work becomes much more easy. At the same time, the data, since it is stored on the cloud, your mobile device will not get flooded or will not run out of space. So what are the other applications which are cloud based as well as which are mobile based? One is the Google Docs applications, which are available both on the browser as well as on the mobile device through the Play Store. Similarly, MS Office also has its own online applications which actually do not require to be installed on your native computers. Instead, you can use it online on a browser. Also, these applications are available on the Android devices as well. So you can use them on your mobile device, you can edit documents, you can work on the spreadsheets or presentations as well. There are other companies like iWork also, which provides similar applications. So that's with the applications, the different types of applications that you can see, that some of them are cloud based, some of them are mobile device based, or we can work on mobile devices. Some of them are open source softwares and the others are proprietary softwares. So you need to understand the advantages and disadvantages of each of them. So an example of the mobile application, as I've mentioned earlier, is the Google applications or the Google Docs. At the same time, Microsoft has its own online mobile application, or it is known as MS Office 365. So that's it with the introduction to different applications. I think you are now aware that what are the different types of applications and what are the functions that they basically serve. We'll get back to you with the next module. Until then, have a nice day.